Afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call the full board committee meeting to order for Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. First item is Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item is Invocation by Commissioner Goike.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Dear Lord Jesus, guide over all of us here on this board, all the women and men, to give us the right strengths to be compassionate and to do all of the legal things that are proper and necessary for the people that we represent here in Macomb County. I know it's in our best interest and everybody's best interest that you watch over us, guide us, and to keep us continuously to do that. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Next is adoption of the agenda. I'll take a motion to
Romano
adopt.
adopts the agenda.
Support.
Moved by Romano, supported by Perna. Seeing no changes to the agenda, please vote. Okay, next is approval of minutes dated December 11th, 2025. Need a motion to approve
Motion to approve.
Support Van Sickle.
by Goike, supported by Van Sickle. Seeing no corrections to the minutes, please vote. Okay, next is public participation. This is the first opportunity for public participation for those who would like to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on an item which is on today's agenda. There'll also be a second opportunity for public participation for those who would like to speak on any issue. Anyone from the public like to speak? Agenda items only. Going once, twice. We'll close public participation. Next is a public hearing and comments to the Macomb County Solid Waste Management Plan. This is, I'm going to open the hearing for that at 3:02 p.m. Also, written comments will be accepted through February 17th. Is there anyone here for the public hearing? Once. You can step to the mic.
There was a raise your hand type of thing in school. So this is about the solid waste thing, if I want to make sure everything's right. So, hello, everybody. I'm Mike Zubis. I live at 322 Cass Avenue, Mount Clemens, Michigan, apartment 1, Mount Clemens, Michigan, 48043. And I read about this, and I wanted to support helping this facility be upgraded. As a recycling transfer facility would definitely increase capacity by moving all the recycling material out ASAP and help us as a county encourage more robust recycling programs, mostly for the aluminum. But plastic is really useful in a lot of products too. You could buy a paper plate made out of recycled materials, or road dividers and roundabout parts made from recycled milk jugs, for instance. There's also the gas to energy plant, which helps bring us to the best sustainable energy source. Our societies need to constantly throw things away. TVs, last week's meatloaf, plastic wrap burgers and paper containers in a paper bag. We turn all these things into methane, and that energy is more than 19,000 homes. And I hope this inspires us to build a bigger plant down the road so we could tap more of this resource even more. I also like the idea of using the trash catching booms along the mighty Clinton River to clean up all the garbage. Look up the YouTube channel, The Ocean Cleanup, and their Smart River Survey with AI cameras that track garbage floating around the river for us to catch. It's all on YouTube, like I said, and see how we can do this. We should do this every time it rains. And since there's a ton of snow, when it melts as well, we should also always be ready for these events. And we could do our part at least. Oakland County's got their own issues. Oh, and please reduce, then reuse, then recycle. Recycling first is not the way to go. Thank you for your time, and God bless you all.
Thank you.
Any other speakers? Okay, seeing no other speakers, I'm going to adjourn the public hearing at 3:05 PM. Next item will be appointments. I'll take a motion to concur with items 8A through 8F.
So moved.
Moved by Howard, supported by Kraft. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Congratulations to all the appointees. Next is going to be presentations. This is the BOC Casual Day recipient recognition for the Chaldean Community Foundation. I'm going to take a motion to receive and file. Bless
Motion
you.
receive and file.
Support Van Sickle.
Moved by Grote, supported by Van Sickle. And Stacy is here. Stacy, we're going to present you with the check, but if you'd just like to say a few words about the foundation and come right up to the podium, that'd be great.
Always have to bring this down. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having us here today. Thank you to the Macomb County Board of Commissioners for your support of the Chaldean Community Foundation. So for those of you that don't know about us, we are a nonprofit organization located in Sterling Heights. We provide human and social services to more than 50,000 individuals every year. About 30% of those walking through our doors are non-Chaldean. We provide services to anyone regardless of race, religion, gender, ethnicity, etc. Some of those services that we provide include immigration services, career services. We provide behavioral health services, services for individuals with developmental and or intellectual disabilities, and a number of advocacy and support services for individuals that maybe can't necessarily advocate on their behalf or may not speak English as their primary language, and then some other services in between. So.
Great, thank you. We have a check. Commissioners, if you want to gather around, we're going to take a picture. Becky, did we vote on that item?
No.
Okay, we'll pull up the vote.
Commissioner Perna and Goike, I didn't receive your vote.
Good, I didn't vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. All right, next is going to be our committee recommendations. We have a number of these. These were discussed in great detail at those committees, so this will go fairly quickly for those in the audience. So the first committee is going to be our Government Oversight Committee recommendations. I'll take a motion to approve 10A and 10B.
Support.
Moved by Haugh, supported by Howard. Any discussion on these items? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is our Health and Human Services Committee recommendations. I'll take a motion to approve 11A.
So moved. Support.
Moved by Lucido, supported by Howard. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is our Internal Services Committee recommendations. I'll take a motion to approve items 12A through 12F.
Chair, please separate A and B.
A and B? Okay, we'll just take them individually then. I'll take a motion for items A and B, since they are attached.
Support.
Moved by Haugh, supported by Perna. Mr. Van Sickle, did you want to speak on it?
I believe that this proposed contract does not cover the full cost of the contract, and I believe services might be done with a Michigan company for a lower rate.
Okay. Any other speakers? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 10-3 with Grout, Lucido, and Van Sickle voting no.
Okay. Next is, take a motion for 12C and 12D and E.
So moved. Support.
Excuse me, and I'll include F in that one. And that was made by Van Sickle and Haugh supporting. Any discussion on these items? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is, I'll take a motion for 12G and H. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Moved by Van Sickle, supported by Lucido. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 9-4 with Goike, Van Sickle, Grout, and Howard voting no.
Okay, next is our Records and Public Safety Committee recommendations. I'll take a motion to approve 13A through 13C.
So moved.
Support Center.
Moved by Van Sickle, supported by Zinner. Any discussion on these items?
Yes, Chair. If I may take 13D and 13E, and I'd like to move that back to Records and Public Safety Committee.
Commissioner, we're not at those items yet. We're on A through C.
A through D?
A through C.
C?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Any
not going to say
discussion?
anything.
Okay. We got that on the record, Commissioner.
I didn't hear you enunciate, my fault.
Seeing no speakers for A through C, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay. Commissioner Romano?
Now? Now.
Support.
Make
I think.
a motion to Take 13D and 13E and move it back to Records and Public Safety Committee.
Okay.
Support Center.
Supported by Howard. Any discussion on that item? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is ordinances. Ordinance 2026-01, this is ordinance amending enroll ordinance number 2025-02, FT 2026, comprehensive general appropriations ordinance to amend the budget and appropriations. I need a motion to adopt.
Support.
Moved by Kraft, supported by Van Sickle. Seeing no speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is resolutions. I'll take a motion to adopt 15A through 15C.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Lucido, supported by Van Sickle. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Next is proclamations. I need a motion to receive and file.
Motion to receive and file.
Item 16A, made by Lucido, supported by Howard. Seeing no discussion, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
I'm sorry, Commissioner Haugh, did you want to speak on that? Next is correspondence. I'll take a motion to receive and file 17A and 17B.
Support.
Moved by Haugh, supported by Romano. Commissioner Haugh?
Thank you, Chair. The memo we received from the executive vetoes the contracting ordinance that was adopted in December. Unfortunately, after review, it was determined that further consideration is warranted. We will work collaboratively with the executive to deliver the best possible outcome for Macomb County. For the time being, the 2017 ordinance will remain in effect. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Next is our board office update. I need a motion to receive and file our monthly update.
So moved.
Moved by Howard, supported by Grote. Crystal?
Good afternoon. Welcome back to the new year. It feels like it's been a while since I've been before you. I did forget an update, a reminder at the top there. We do currently have a vacancy effective the end of the month. The board received and filed that letter this month on the Human Services Board. So those applications are due February 3rd, and you will be considering that appointment in February. The interviews for our part-time office assistant will continue in February. We're hoping to find someone good for that spot. We are updating the passwords for all the new newspapers for 2026, so I'll send the updated passwords out tomorrow. That'll probably actually be done tomorrow. It wasn't done yet today. We are doing new business cards. We're going to order those for everybody next week. A couple other reminders I don't have on here. If you need to use one of our meeting rooms, it's helpful if you call and schedule that. We do have them available, but they are used often, and we don't want a scheduling conflict. So just call the main number, and staff can book that for you. And as I was sitting there, I noticed a couple commissioners' microphones were off. If you're turning them off, please remember to turn them back on, because we can't hear you when you speak if you turn them off. So just going to add that, hopefully to help Luke out. So for our events and programs, Student Government Day, the essays were due on the 9th. We received 73. The invites have been sent out to the students. We're working with MSU Extension this year for a new item called Issues on the Line. So they're going to collaborate with us and help with that day. I did hear from a few commissioners that were able to participate earlier in the day. So if you want to be involved in one of those earlier items, I had passed out a sheet at last week's committee meetings. Let me know and we can work you in. We're finalizing that agenda. The Green Schools submission period is open. That opened at the beginning of January. The schools have to have their submissions in by March 8th. I have both dates for both celebrations here. Those are already being scheduled, have already been scheduled. You should have received a save the date for the Tri-County Summit earlier this week. That will be May 1st at Cranbrook. So we're in full swing planning that with Oakland and Wayne counties. The sponsorship request will be sent out next week, and I will keep you updated as those plans evolve. Our Hunch Free and social media stats, we had 26 organic posts. We did boost the Student Government Day posts and kind of change how we were advertising that. That really seemed to help. We got a lot of reach on that one, and that might be why we have the higher number of essays too. And then State of the County and commissioners in the community were favorites on Facebook. And the special casual day check that Commissioner Haugh took was the favorite on Instagram. The website updates were the basic updates for our programs and events and vacancies. When our communication staff returns, those will be more closely tracked for you. They did cover the state of the county for us, and we did hold our bi-monthly meeting with them, and this was the first one under our new contract. That was just 4 years. On the back are the IQ stats. Our newsletter open rate was 55%, which is really high for government. My research told me the average is 28%, so we were happy to see that. We did use it for Student Government Day for the first time, which made it really easy to send the invites out to the students. So we're excited about the improvements there. And then I have the normal stats on the messages received in the services, and then broken down by district, which almost every district had a little bit of activity it passed in December. And then I just have a couple thank yous to the commissioners for being patient with us while we have been short-staffed. We're at almost a third, so we don't have many people. We've had illnesses sweep through our office. We've had days off for vacation. So we've been on the skeleton crew often. Thank you for remembering your devices and helping Luke get those upgraded with IT, and remembering to call the main line for staff, because if you happen to call one of us on one of those days when we're not here, you'll get better service if you're calling the main number and someone's here and can help you. And then I just wanted to thank staff for all their cooperation and help getting us through those days. There was one day that we only had one person left in the office, and I want to give a shout out to Becky, because she wasn't even fully trained to run these meetings yet, but she was willing to step in today and do that, and I think she's done a great job. And, to everyone else for helping with the phones and being flexible with their lunch hours and everything else too. I'm hoping commissioners didn't even realize how short we were staffed, because they did such a great job. So that's everything I have for this month. Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you, Crystal. Any questions for Crystal? And I've actually asked some of the commissioners, Crystal, if they even knew we were short-staffed, and no one knew that we were short-staffed. So our staff is fabulous. So great job, and Becky's doing a great job today. So thank you, Crystal. Please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Okay, next is public participation. This is the opportunity for public participation for those who would like to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any issue. Anyone from the public like to speak? Any issue?
Comes the main event. Hello, once again. I'm Michael Zubis. Once again, I live. Well, you guys already know where I live. So, hello to all great people running this commission. This county has come far from its humble beginnings when we changed our system of government. But IMHO, it's worked out. That being said, I wish to talk about a problem and a solution. That problem being one of the largest congestion-based areas in Macomb County, and that is in I-696 to North I-94 interchange. The problem is simple. There's massive gridlock at the afternoon, leading to delays in travel time and even accidents given the wrong conditions like the snow you see outside. Ladies and gentlemen, I have found the root cause of the issue, and it's not the highway. It's what's after. Here, I will demonstrate using these Matchbox cars.
Nice.
All right, so this is 696. This is first part of I-94, second and third row of I-94. When you get on to I-696 and you're trying to get to Gratiot Avenue, you have to kindly pass, well, one, not two, but three people. And also knowing the unwritten rule that of the speed lane, of that lane, to go above the speed limit, just don't let a cop see you. Then a bunch of people are going to slow down in that fast lane, which means everybody's going to slow down behind them, starting to the congestion. And now imagine this times 100,000, the amount of people SEMCOG reports here every day, and now we see the problem. I propose a simple but expensive solution. Oops, I'll get that later.
There's the solution.
It had a mind of its own. So the next time we rebuild that section of 94, we build I-94 to line up with northbound, naturally putting the Gratiot exit along the right side instead of the left. So no need to play around with buying any land. Plus, from there, after we build that and we have that extension going with I-94 going this way instead of that way, then we can extend the 12-mile road exit like we do on southbound to go to the Gratiot exit, giving even more space for people to get onto Gratiot, clearing up a lot of that congestion, and to give the Gratiot exit more safety as well. As trying to go from the 12-mile exit on 94 across to Gratiot is near impossible unless you're in the middle of the night. The cost justifies the lives saved, the accidents missed, and the time not spent waiting for a car in traffic. The problem and the solution was in front of us all along. We just needed to have 696 being rebuilt to see it.
You have 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you. And I ask you to try to find some way to make the southbound I-696 exit 2 lanes all the way, but that's not as necessary because that would take getting rid of that one off-ramp before Gratiot. That's a whole nother ballgame, but that would help that. And then also to make those more tilted NASCAR-like things like they got on 75 or north of there on 94, when we redo that whole section, I really feel like would really help overall the people traveling up and down one of the most busiest parts of Metro Detroit. Thank you so very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public like to speak?
Those cars, Mike.
You have to leave the cars.
I like them.
Get some pins and put them up on my wall.
There you go.
It's like a memento.
Hi, good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Jason Aubrey, and I'm the founder and CEO of Skill Trade. I'm here to talk about all of us facing a critical gap in our local workforce. While the demand for allied health and traditional skilled trade professionals continues to soar, the traditional pathways for these careers are often too long, too expensive, and too rigid for the modern workforce. At Skill Trade, we've developed a turnkey hybrid training model that fixes this. We serve partners in the state of Michigan like Detroit at Works, Henry Ford, Corewell Health, Epic Health, and Advantage Health, as well as hardworking residents throughout the state and Macomb County. These are individuals who might be unemployed, underemployed, seeking a new career, a graduating high school student, or a veteran, individuals who don't have 2 to 4 years or $40,000 to spend, but have the drive to enter essential fields like medical assisting or surgical technology or phlebotomy or sterile processing or HVAC, electrical engineering, and plumbing. Our programs are under $5,000. They could be completed in the matter of 12 to 18 weeks, not years, because we utilize an asset-light approach. We don't build massive campuses. Instead, we partner with existing community facilities like high schools, or we pay physician offices to use their exam rooms when they're closed. Our primary goal right now is high school integration. I believe that a graduating senior can graduate with a diploma in one hand and a certification in the other, with potentially articulation credit towards a degree later on while earning an income, potentially sponsored by their employer, like Henry Ford or Corewell. We want to reach students before they take on massive debt, giving them a stackable credential that allows them to start a high-paying career immediately upon graduation while maintaining a clear pathway to a degree later on. So I'm here just to advocate for this cause, to increase awareness around our organization and others who think like us, to prioritize flexible, short-term vocational programs. Just wanted to add that, as a home state, we're headquartered here in the state of Michigan. We are endorsed by the Michigan Hospital Association, and hopefully looking forward to integrating our hybrid curriculum and facilitating that training as turnkey vocational programs for high schools and local employers to help them fill critical staffing shortages. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public like to speak? Going once, twice. We'll close public participation. Next is going to be other board and commission updates. Do you have any updates? Commissioner Zinner.
Sarah and I went to the St. Clair Shores 75th anniversary of being a city. It was phenomenal. A lot of laughter, wouldn't you say, Sarah? And fabulous dinner. I don't think they could have gotten anyone else in the banquet center at Barrister Gardens. Lovely dinner, lovely people, of course, St. Clair Shores, and of course, Macomb County has great people. But we had a lovely evening, music, and it was just great. It was a great, great time. And even James thinks so, so we're all set. Thank you.
Commissioner Wallace.
Make sure I turn my mic back on. Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to give a quick update about NACO and MAC. Being in Washington, D.C. This past week or whenever I was there, I just can't remember. When I was missing, that's where I was. So we really try to keep everything on a national level of what's needed and the desire of many counties all around. And I was on the transportation panel, which I thought was really interesting of why they asked me to be on the transportation panel, considering Macomb County and our transportation, it's not, widespread like New York City and things like that. But when I got on the panel, I did realize that majority of counties are looking for the same thing that we are looking for. We're looking for better infrastructure. We're looking for ways of keeping our roads well kept. We're looking for ways of wide range transportation for those that are aging and can't drive themselves to doctor's appointments. And the conversation was had, a lot of the funds are decreasing on a federal level, and when they get to the state, it's frozen because the state is going through their own battle. So it's a while for them to get to the county. So our fight with the federal government right now is from NACO and the state associations is, how can we as counties get certain funds directly to us, skipping the state level and just giving it to the counties, a more local level. So that is a discussion that we will be having more of, and it's very welcomed on the federal level, which is, I was surprised to see how much it was welcomed, how much they would rather be more localized. So I think that's something that we'll keep an eye out on, as well as the data centers and AI and how those are also a struggle for all counties in general. Maybe not so much in Michigan right now, but please be aware that they are coming. The data centers are coming to our county, or will have a desire to come to our county. And I hope that if you're not coming to the NACO Ledge conference in February, that you will be at the MAC conference that will be coming up after that, because we will discuss all of those issues there. So thank you, Chair.
Great update, Commissioner. Commissioner Kraft.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Two quick CMH updates as promised. We did receive, I'm going to call it an okay ruling when it comes to the big court case. It's not good, it's not bad. It's good in the sense that the judge basically said that the RFP is not legal on many fronts on what they're asking for. So that's a good thing. The bad thing is the judge did not request that they pull the RFPs or anything like that, but he asked that the department address those conflicts within law. So we are waiting to see what the result of that is going to be before anything moves forward. So like I said, not good, not bad. The second update is our Office of Recipient Rights every 3 years gets assessed by DHHS. They do an office-wide assessment, and we scored a 345 out of 348 possible points. And the only reason we missed those 3 points is because we missed 1 point that was weighted 3 times. So we missed one notch, and it was really a training where if we had trained 90% of the folks, we would have had a full score, but we were at 88% or something like that. So we were just below the mark, but I want to give kudos to our entire team over there because the work they do is tough, but they are a great team, and that score reflects that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Howard.
I guess my updates aren't as chipper as Commissioner Kraft's. I'm sure a lot of us have heard the news. Unfortunately, another child was shot in the hand today because they had access to an unsecured firearm. It's exhaustively frustrating considering that, we spent the summer with help from several of you guys and other elected officials giving out nearly 1,000 gun locks throughout the county. My own city had the lowest and the worst turnout, and the 2 instances of a child being shot accidentally because of an unsecured firearm happened in the same apartment complex in my city. And so it's very frustrating, but just want to remind folks, you can get a free gun lock from any police department. If you don't feel like going to a police department for whatever reason, and you can go in, they won't ask any questions. They just give you a lock. No questions asked, just here's a gun lock. If you don't want to do that, I have gun locks at my house. I can get gun locks to anybody, 586-213-3197. Call me and I will personally deliver a gun lock to your house. As someone who prides himself on gun safety, I'm a competitive shooter, long range and short range. This is not accidental. This is absolute negligence. And we have to protect our kids in every way, shape, and form. Being a part of community corrections as well as working with other groups fighting against opioid addictions and substance abuse addictions, we're starting to see a rise in an issue with kratom. It had died off a few years ago during COVID, and now it's on a rise again, and its street name is going by gas station heroin. My 8-year-old daughter can walk into a gas station, and this is all throughout the county. In Clinton Township, there are 62 or 67 places where my 8-year-old daughter can walk into a gas station and buy this substance that is proven to be as addictive as regular opioids. It's all throughout our county. I think we need to do something about this. Local municipalities are trying to do something about it, so I would encourage you to find out. Warren, we're taking action on it. Clinton Township, Mount Clemens is. But if you can't buy it in Mount Clemens or Clinton Township, but you can walk across the street to Harrison Township and purchase it, it doesn't. We need a countywide solution to this to protect our youth as well. And the last thing that I want to address, unfortunately, we had someone in our county, and this is at least the 3rd case that I know of, pass away because they were left out in the cold. It was a homeless individual that was found last night by a dumpster not far from this actual building. We just have to do better. As a people, as elected officials, as community members, we have to go back to restoring the greater good and caring for all people regardless of their situation. And sometimes homeless people are looked as like not a person. I just believe a person is a person no matter how small. We just all have to do better to care for every person. There are resources throughout the county. There are resources in municipalities. We just have to find a better solution. We won't find a solution to cure this issue, but we have veterans that are dying on our streets because of homelessness. That should never happen. We have people that are dying on our streets because of homelessness. That should never happen. And on top of it, it's just good financial stewardship to care for someone proactively, because if we wait on the issue, if someone is experiencing chronic homelessness, it costs taxpayers upwards of $45,000 to $65,000 a year for one person. That's what it would cost taxpayers. But if we took a proactive response, we actually are saving not only lives, but we're actually saving and being better stewards of taxpayer dollars. Across this nation, every form of research shows if we take a proactive stance towards homelessness, we can actually save lives. And I see Ray in the crowd. He is a school board member and active in our community in Moran on this issue. But what we experience and even some of his struggle is that it's not just a Warren issue, it's not just a Detroit issue. He has folks that are being driven from Macomb Township, from Clinton Township, from Harrison Township, from St. Clair Shores, from East Point, from Sterling Heights that are brought down to Warren because they know if they come to Friends of the Father, if they come to the Wave Project in Warren, they'll get the help they need. And every community goes, it's not our problem. But as long as this person's a person, it is our problem. And I would encourage you to reach out to your local municipalities to see what they're doing to help this. I just found out, and I have to do some research on this to make sure it's completely true, but we're in the Tri-County area. We're the only county without a 24-hour shelter that is county ran. And I understand there's complications and stuff behind that, but we just have to do better. Tomorrow and this weekend is going to be negative 25 degrees with the wind chill. I don't want to see another news story with someone passing away in my community. It's heartbreaking. And I just think we have to work towards a better solution. And our staff is great. I'll end on a positive note. Our staff is phenomenal. Did not notice that we were short-staffed at all. We have a great staff. Thank you.
Commissioner Van Sickle.
Thank you, Chair. Yesterday, I went to a meeting run by the Macomb County Health Department. It was on affordable housing. And one of the groups that talked was the Chaldean Foundation. As a matter of fact, Stacy Barry, who was here receiving the check today, was one of the two people from the Chaldean Foundation who spoke. They've just opened a 135-unit apartment complex in Sterling Heights. It's actually in Commissioner Romano's district, right across the street from my district on Van Dyke. And there's income qualifications and whatnot to go into that because it is affordable housing. I haven't been in it, but they're going to be offering a tour here very soon. I plan to go over and see it. From the outside, it looks great, and it's unbelievable the number of problems that they had to face in getting that facility up and going, from putting pilings in the ground to raising the elevation for flooding and all kinds of different things. One of the other organizations that spoke, and I can't remember the name of the real estate organization, but they've developed a former school site in Warren, and the facility is named Peters Grove, and they chose to make the houses, they have 1 and 2 bedroom homes with attached garages. And they chose to go to a company in Pennsylvania and buy modular pieces that they put together on site then to form the house. And they get a garage, they get a first floor, they get a second floor, and the pieces go together. And by doing this, they have been able to keep the costs in line. And these units are going in the vicinity of $250,000, which I thought was kind of on the high side until the person with the real estate company said that it was costing about $275 to actually build them. And part of that is because they had to take the plot of land and put in utilities. And putting in utilities is pretty expensive. Last note, later in the day, I happened to be in a conversation with somebody who said they were driving from the west side to the east side. And they said when they crossed from Oakland County into Macomb County, it was night and day. And they were very complimentary of the road department taking care of our county roads in the snow. So good job, road department, and the other municipalities where that may be. But night and day was the words from this person. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Seeing no other commission updates, any commissioner comments? Commissioner Wallace.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to comment on the unhoused woman that was found deceased. It's very heartbreaking, as Commissioner Howard said. Unfortunately, not surprising. The amount of the locations that we have that are warming centers or overnight stays for our unhoused community is not a lot, not enough, no matter where they are opened up at, from Warren to Mount Clemens, it's just not enough. Nationwide, from 2020 to 2024, our unhoused community has grown by 200,000, a little more than that. So if you break that down to our county, that's a large number that we just don't have enough places to put them and to protect them. Not to mention that affordable housing is almost non-existent. It's, again, not enough, not there. And I don't know what we can do outside of educating people of where they can go and if they can make it there on time, because there's only so many beds that these places have. So I am very aware, our Mount Clemens community is very aware of what's happening. I myself have worked with Macomb Community Action as well as Macomb County Mental Health Department. We've put on seminars and community talks to educate our community of what to do, what can we do as a community to help our unhoused citizens. And unfortunately, though it was a good turnout, I had no one from the city of Mount Clemens come. We had a great turnout from East Point and Roseville, but then people come to Mount Clemens and say, what are you doing? Well, we have to communicate with one another. We have to communicate with our business owners. We have to communicate with our elected officials to know what's going on, what you are seeing, so we can do better. We have to do better as a unit, elected officials, community members, like I said, and business owners. We have to work together so that we can try to make a dent in this problem, because we can't do it alone. So I just wanted to say that, and it's a very unfortunate situation. It's very sad to even think about just right downtown where everyone is, to come there and see someone like that. It's heartbreaking, and it affects you on a daily basis. So I know with the cold weather coming up, I just hope that there are more doors that can be open, more churches that will allow our unhoused community in, more people that will raise their hand to volunteer to help these churches, because they don't have the funds to feed them or to house them. They are really relying on the community to raise their hand and volunteer. So I just wanted to say that note. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. I don't see any other, Commissioner Haugh?
Thank you, Chair. I'd just like to repeat what Commissioner Van Sickle said. I think the Road Commission and Brian Santos and their team did a Super Bowl job in Macomb County, getting our county roads clean and making them safe for the constituents to travel on. So I don't know if they get a 4-star rating or a 5, but they certainly earned it. Thank you, Chair.
Seeing no other comments? Moved by Romano, supported by Wallace. Please vote.
Who's the one that talked for 20 minutes down there?
That's okay.
Motion passes 13 to 0.
Thank you, Commissioners. We're all